Hello everyone, this is Stephanie, your CSA coach, and it is week 23A of our 2025 CSA season. It is the last pickup week for our A-share families. Next week is a B week and is our final week of the CSA season. So keep that in mind. Also, early bird registration is open. Trisha was set up today at pickup if you have any questions, if you need to make payment, and to pick up your early bird gifts, which are a jar of tea. You got to pick, I think there were 4 different kinds, and our Blooming Glen Fun sticker packet. So make sure you stop by her table, sign up for if you want a full share, a half share, and any of your add-ons, so things like fruit, eggs, bread, ice cream, coffee. The TNT favorites are as of the time that I picked up, which was like 1:15, there were still a couple of spots for the TNT favorites. Everything else is still open. I know I missed a few rattling them off. Eggs, fruit, coffee, they're all on the emails. So any of those add-ons also need to be added to your registration for next year. It's easy to do online, self-explanatory. Just follow the directions that Trisha has sent with our emails, or you can stop by the desk and she will help guide you through it today or Thursday. Jumping right into this week's share, we have lots of purple vegetables. So we have cabbage. Cabbage is stored in the crisper drawer of your fridge. It will last a while. The outer leaves will start to, like a couple weeks down the line, the outer leaves will start to wilt a little bit. All you do is pull those off and the inside is still good. But stored in your fridge. You can chop this up and eat it raw. It's great for coleslaw. You can pickle it. You can make sauerkraut. You can grill it. You can definitely add it to stir fry, and you can just do a simple saute with onions and garlic on the stovetop and serve it as a side as well. So lots of things you can do with cabbage. We have butternut squash. Butternut squash is stored in a cool, dry place. Once you're ready to use it, you typically slice it in half, pull out those seeds, and roast it whole into halves like that. Or you can chop it up and roast it, like chop it up into cubes and roast it that way. You can boil it, you can turn it into soup. You can also grill it. So if you made rounds instead of like the long piece, you could grill it in those rounds, but most often roasted. And there's great soup recipes for butternut squash. We have turnips. Turnips are stored, the bottoms remove. So cut those off, store those in as a block bag in your fridge, and then the tops, store them in a Debbie Meyer green bag. So they need to be separated first before you do anything else. The bottoms, you can eat them raw. You can chop them up and add them to salads. You can add them to like different dips and stuff. They're actually really good served on, if thinly sliced and served like on a charcuterie platter, just for something different. I like to sprinkle like a little bit of sea salt on them, or a little bit of butter. What else? You can roast them. You can throw them into stir fries, especially leaving them on like the crunchier side. I like to add like different textures to my stir fries. So bottoms, lots of options there. Tops, simple saute. So rinse them off, get them good and dry, and throw them into a pan with some oil and onion and garlic, and call it a day. It only takes a few minutes, and then serve that as a side. You can also add them to your freezer bags of veggie scraps. And so if you're not going to use them, if you're not going to saute them, throw them in your veggie scrap bag and then use that to make broth later on. You will get one of 3, I believe, greens. So this is Swiss chard. There's also collards, and there's also kale. So we're getting a variety of greens. Different baskets will get different items, but you will get one of those. All stored the same way. Throw it into a Debbie Meyer green bag and throw it into the fridge. Once you're ready to use them, they all can be eaten raw. Kale especially is often just left raw and used in salads. Your Swiss chard and your collards tend to be cooked. All 3 you can do the simple saute method. So a little bit of olive oil, garlic, and onion in a pan. Chop them up, throw them into the pan. You can cover it to wilt it a little bit quicker, but it doesn't take long, and that's just a simple saute. Swiss chard goes really well with eggs, so it would be great in a frittata or a quiche. Kale, we have kale chips. We have a bunch of different kale salads. I think last week I did a kale salad for the recipe. Collards are great because they're a little bit heartier, so they can be used as like a vessel to hold things. So more like a wrap, you can use the collard like a wrap, but you can chop those up and do a simple saute with them as well. So those are our greens for this week. We have beets. The beets are golden beets this week. So they kind of look orange, but once you cut into them, they will be yellow. Chop off the bottoms, store those in a separate bag, a Ziploc bag in the fridge. Tops, same as the turnip tops. So store them in a Debbie Meyer green bag in the fridge. When you're ready to use them, do a simple saute on those, or throw them in your freezer bag to use for broth. The bottoms, they can be eaten raw, they can be shredded, they can be roasted, they can be pickled. They're really good. I just used I think it was the kale and the beets in the salad for last week, but there's a lot of recipes for beets. So there's pickled beets. There's, what else have I done with beets? I just saw a bunch of recipes that Trish, make sure you're looking at the emails that go out on Monday, because there's a whole section of recipes that pertain to things that we receive this week. So you can click on any of those for great ideas. You can also go on the website, go on the recipe link and type in any ingredient, and it'll bring up all the recipes that have been posted in the past for those ingredients. But I like pickled beets, so that tends to be what I do with them. They will last a while, so you can put them in a Ziploc bag and throw them in your crisper drawer and not worry about them for a week or two. But you can definitely boil them, you can roast them, and you can eat them raw. We got broccoli. Look how beautiful this broccoli is, yum. So stored in the, I'm gonna store it in a Debbie Meyer green bag in my fridge. Once you're ready to use it, make sure you swish it around really good in some salt water, and then chop it up. You can roast it. So I like to just do a little bit of oil, salt, pepper, throw it on a roasting pan, chopped up, and throw it in the oven, probably for like 15-20 minutes. These are small little florets, so I don't think they would take very long, but it gives it a different flavor. You can also steam it. You can also do a quick blanch on it and use it in salads. So do a quick blanch, throw it into ice water, drain it all out, and then throw it into a fall-inspired salad. There are also several recipes for broccoli on the website. You can eat it raw too. It doesn't need to be cooked, but stored in the fridge. We have garlic. Garlic is stored in a cool, dry place. Garlic doesn't last long in our house. If you've been watching these videos for a while, I tend to double or triple garlic in recipes because I love it so much. But garlic is used to flavor a lot of dishes. So I keep talking about sauteed greens and adding garlic. You can add garlic to salad dressings. You can add it to a roasted sheet pan meal. So lots of ways to use garlic, but stored in a cool, dry place, it's cured. So anytime it has the papery coverings on the outside, we know it's cured. We have kohlrabi. Kohlrabi, you might get one. I just got one because it's enormous. Or you might get two slightly smaller ones. These are stored in your fridge. Once you're ready to use them, you're gonna peel the outside layer off. It will expose the flesh of the kohlrabi, and you can simply chop it up and make a salad out of it. You can slice it. I believe there's a kohlrabi carpaccio recipe on the website. There's a kohlrabi and apple salad, I believe, on the website. You can shred it. You can cook it, so you can saute it. You can roast it. You can grill it. But it is really yummy raw, so it doesn't need to be cooked. A couple more items. We have sweet potatoes. This week we have a variety of either purple, so these are both purple, or yellow. Some of the purple potatoes, even though these two look like sweet potatoes, there might be some smaller purple sweet potatoes. Don't mistake those for beets. Our beets this week are in a bunch and they're golden, and these are our sweet potatoes. So just keep that in mind. These are stored in a cool, dry place. Once you're ready to use them, wash them off. You can either roast them whole, you can peel them and chop them up and boil them. You can roast them chopped into cubes. You can slice them and grill them, or also roast them or throw them in a pan on your stovetop and saute them. So lots of options for sweet potatoes. You can boil them too and make like a sweet potato mash. So any of our potatoes, whether regular potatoes, sweet potatoes, any variety of either, they can all be chopped up, boiled, and mashed. So can a lot of our other vegetables. Like our butternut squash, you could boil that and mash it. The key with that, especially for butternut, is to really drain all of the water out of it. You can also do a kohlrabi mash. So you could do a kohlrabi mashed on that. Okay, radicchio. Radicchio is stored in the fridge. You can wrap it in like saran wrap and throw it in your crisper drawer. It will last a little while. Radicchio is bitter. It can be eaten raw or it can be cooked. Best thing to do once you're ready to use it is to soak it in salt water for about 15 minutes, and it will take some of that bitterness out. Then drain it, get it good and dry. It has such a great, beautiful color. Once cooked, that color kind of dissipates, so it's not as pretty. But if you're using it raw, you can chop it up thin, throw it into salads, just as that bitter aspect of your salad. You can use the leaves as vessels, so you can throw it onto charcuterie boards. You can serve chicken salad, egg salad, tuna salad, any of those types of things. You could serve it with dips like a hummus. So just ways to use it raw. Ways to use it cooked. You can saute it. You can grill it. You can roast it. You can broil it. So lots of options. There were a lot of recipes that Trisha posted because this was our feature vegetable for the week. So if you go back to that email that we received yesterday and go to the, I think it's the Veggie Spotlight, I think that's what she calls it. It talks about radicchio, how to use it, and links to a ton of different recipes. So if you're curious and want to try different things, go back to that email. Okay, last but not least, I think I did everything else. We have our regular potatoes. They're stored in a cool, dry place. Once you're ready to use them, you can cook them whole. Mine are a little bit smaller. I mean, I guess depending on the size. You can cook them whole, just they'll take a variety of different timing. I tend to chop them up and put them on a sheet pan, similarly sized. So like my smaller ones, I might only chop in half. My other ones, I might chop a little bit more. Just season them, salt, pepper, oil, throw them on a sheet pan and cook them for a while. You can boil them. You can grill them. You can shred them and make like hash browns. You can chop them up, add onions and garlic. So lots of different options for potatoes. There are a ton of recipes that include potatoes on the website. And I'm pretty sure this week's recipe, which will be posted on Thursday, is gonna focus on a lot of our root vegetables. So stay tuned for that. Again, a reminder, if you have not registered for next season, that is open. Early bird registration is open until next Thursday. Make sure you register so you can get your early bird gifts. And if there are any questions, reach out to Trisha on early bird registration. And I will see you guys all again next week.